Section 377 has been partially scrapped by the Supreme Court. Take me as I am. With those words, India has rewritten history today. It is the dawn of a new era as far as the rights of LGBTQ community is concerned. The Supreme Court has partially scrapped Section 377, a law that criminalized sex between two consenting adults of the same gender. The apex court ruled that social morality cannot violate the rights of any individual. In fact, let's go across to BJP MP Subramanian Swamy, who now joins us live on this broadcast. Good afternoon to you, sir. What is your first reaction? What is your take on this particular judgment, which some definitely are calling is a historic one for the LGBTQ community?
Well, this judgment follows the 2013 judgment, which was the opposite. And so they have overruled it, but they have not struck down the part which makes it a crime to have sex with animals. There they draw the line on fundamental rights. Here they have at the moment said only that what you do in your privacy and with consent, that's your business, and that I don't think any of us had quarreled with. The issue is whether we should treat homosexuality as choice, as an alternative mode of behavior, or as a normalcy. I have always maintained that it's a genetic flaw, and it's like having 6 fingers on your hand. It's not something that should put obstructions in your being a normal social human being. But at the same time, it is not normal to have 6 fingers on your hand.
But then what do you have to say about the observations of the Supreme Court before they read out the judgment? And every judge, in fact, used, sayings and poetries to talk about their judgment. One of them very important, where it says that homosexuality is natural and denying anybody a right of self-expression is like death.
Well, they may say it's natural, then why did they draw the line on animals? If sex is sex, it's an emotion. You have it with the animal, why did you still keep it as a crime? Somewhere we draw lines, but they have drawn the line a little further than all of us would do. We are not saying that you can't be a homosexual because you are born that way, what can you do? But we are saying that you can't flaunt it. You can't make it as something which is an alternative to your normal sexual behavior.
Right. But do you believe that this particular judgment will help these individuals in getting more acceptance as far as the society and its morals are concerned? Because it's been a long struggle for them.
No, to discriminate somebody because he's a homosexual, that's wrong. I've appeared before Supreme Court judges whom I know are homosexuals, but it's not something that we talk about, and we accept that he's equally capable as one who's not a homosexual. That kind of situation should come. There should be no social and economic discrimination against them, but at the same time, we cannot say that this is something which we should treat as normal behavior.
But one does not really have a control on who they like or who they get attracted to. And if an individual has feelings for the same sex, how can that individual be denied that right to fall in love with? Yes.
What about somebody falling in love with an animal? It's possible. I know at least 2 cases in Uttar Pradesh recently where he told the police that he fell in love with the animal. So, I mean, why do we have codes at all?
We're talking about consenting.
Why society has rules? Why do you insist on
2 individuals want to get into a relationship?
The animal doesn't object. Supposing the animal doesn't. Supposing the animal doesn't object. Yeah, that's right. Even if it doesn't object, it's a crime. Because there you have drawn the line. So it's now a question of drawing the line. Whether you drive on the right side of the road or left side of the road in India, that should be your freedom.
It's about consent at the end of the day,
isn't it?
Why
to travel on the left side of the road? No, no, we are not saying that if you have consensual sex with another same gender person in your house, we are going to have the police raid it. That's never been an issue.
That was a crime,
The
isn't
issue
it?
has been
Gay
whether
sex,
we are treating this as
Gay
an
sex-
alternative.
yes, gay sex was a crime which has now been decriminalized.
If it was inside the house, if you, now listen, you please pay attention to what I am saying.
Okay.
If you are doing it inside your house, how will you find out it's a crime? There is no crime. The police cannot enter somebody's house just like
but
that.
there were
just to look
cases-
for homosexuals.
There were cases of people of the LGBTQ community
Well,
being harassed
there
by
are-
the policemen. Do you think now that partly this section has been struck down by the
you
Supreme
think-
Court? Yes, please go ahead.
No, no. See, policemen harassing normal people, abnormal people. There's no guarantee that police won't continue to do it. It all depends on the social environment. But I certainly think that they have a right to relief against such policemen if they do that. And of course, if you flaunt it and propagate it, then I think there should be some law against it, and that law will be constitutional.
All right, but for the moment, at least they have the right to live the life they want to and with the partner that they choose. Thank you, Dr. Swamy, for speaking to us. Thank you for your time.